Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing today? I am back, you guys. I missed you all so much. I am so sorry that it has been, I think, probably a month or close to a month since the last time I did a recording. I was trying to get to you all a little bit sooner than today, but unfortunately, I had a series of things going on, in my life personally. So, I couldn't record like I wanted to, or as, early as I wanted to, but I made myself do this recording today because it's been a while and I've had so many people asking me, when I was going to do another video, and I've had so many other questions that have been coming my way, a couple of different experiences. So got a little bit of story time and just some interesting things to share with you guys. I really don't even know what to call this video, but I guess I'll think of it once I'm finished. But before I even get started, I just wanted to say hello to all of my wonderful sisters and brothers, those that are watching. I want to just say hello to all of my subscribers, and to my CP moms, and to my non-CP moms, and just to those who are just tuning in. I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday and enjoy spending time with their families. I hope you all enjoy spending time with your family and things like that. I know that the holiday season is not always joyous for everyone. There's just a lot going on in our world, so things happen on a daily basis, and life happens to us all. So for those who have not had a good holiday, I pray for you, and I pray that whatever has taken place, that God will give you peace and comfort. So I don't even really know where to begin. This is definitely going to be a 2-part video. Typically it is, because, I can get kind of long-winded, but I don't want one video to be too far beyond 30 minutes. So, I'll just do 2 separate ones. So, this is going to be a mixture of conversation today. It's definitely going to be about CP, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my latest update and what's been happening with me. And maybe on the second video, we'll get into some other things that I wanted to talk about. But the first thing I wanted to do is let you all know what's been going on with me. I've had a few doctor's visits over the last few months, and I haven't been on here to kind of tell you guys about what's happening and what's going on, because there's just so many details, and I couldn't really vlog because either I was driving or I just wasn't by myself and I wasn't in a position to really give good content. So I just said I'll just give you all an update. As you know, I've been visiting this doctor, and we've been going back and forth with my situation with being pregnant. And of course, as CP moms, we all have had the same challenges with doctors kind of giving us, well, not kind of, but blowing us off and not believing that we're pregnant. And when we get the ultrasounds done, we point out our babies to them and they see them, but they still don't acknowledge them. And all of us are wondering why that is, because we don't know. But I'm trying to see how I can give you the shorter version of what's happening with me. My last visit to the doctor, I was supposed to get my ultrasound done again at the facility where, my doctor sends her patients. And at that point, we would talk to the radiologist about what the findings are. Now, when I saw her last, which was a couple of months ago, she wrote up an order for me to have an ultrasound done. But on the order, she put rule out pregnancy. She put R/O, rule out pregnancy. Now, I may have given you this information before, but for those who didn't watch the video And if I didn't give the information, I just want to kind of give you a little bit of backdrop about how I got to where I am now. But she explained that she put rule out pregnancy on the order because she wanted them to take a thorough look everywhere when they did the ultrasound, to look, near my back and my ribs and all of the places where I tell her I constantly feel movement. But in my mind, when I thought about it later on, it raised a red flag because you wouldn't have to rule out pregnancy when you do an ultrasound, because if the ultrasound is being given so that they can take a thorough look to see if they see anything, then you don't need to rule out pregnancy. Your findings are going to be your findings, period. So I believe that's the code for them to say get rid of the problem. Now I've always been told when techs, or whatever, I'm not sure what the title is of the person that does ultrasounds, or whatever the technicians or the nurses or whoever does the ultrasound, I've always been told that they're not supposed to give any information to the patient. Whether they see something or not, they're not supposed to say anything. They always refer you to your doctor. But they don't typically make comments about, oh, there's no baby, I don't see anything. Now, I've had a couple of women say they don't see anything or there's no baby. I've had them actually say that to me. And then I've also had women say, well, I can't really say anything. I'm not the doctor. You need to talk to the doctor, which I think that is the most professional way to handle the situation, because they aren't doctors. And even if they did see something, from what I understand, they aren't supposed to say anything. But, we're in a different day and time. All facilities are different, and people have different personalities. And even if they are told not to say anything, if they don't believe it anyway, or if they've been given some type of instruction to kind of let you know that that you're not pregnant, they just go ahead and say something. I don't know. I really don't know. But I don't let that deter me. That doesn't bother me, because I said what I had to say to her after she said that. But I'm not going to get into the details of that conversation because we would be on here for a very long time. So I ran into another problem because after the ultrasound was done, you're allowed to stay and get a copy of the CD from your images. You can actually pick the CD up the same day. All I had to do was wait for it. So when I had the ultrasound done, she did the ultrasound on top of my stomach, and then she did transvaginal. And like I said, she was really perplexed behind the information that I was giving her about my pregnancy, when she was asking me when was the last time I had my period, and this, that, and the third, and how long have I been feeling these symptoms, how long do I think I've been pregnant, this, that, and the other. So when you tell them how long you've been pregnant, that's going to throw them off from jump. So you tell them you think you've been pregnant, anytime over 12 months, it's a red flag. So, but I answer the questions honestly, and I don't alter my story. It is what it is, and I'm not going to change it to get somebody to believe me. I'm going to tell my truth. But that's me. Now, you can change things around based on the results that you're trying to get, or based on the test that you may want. You may not have to say everything, and you can, choose not to talk about certain things in your journey because you just have one thing that you're trying to accomplish, and they don't need all those details. So, you just got to use wisdom in, your situation. So, just to fast forward a little bit, I stuck around because I wanted to get the copy of the CD of my images. I got the copy of the CD, and I already knew that there was going to be a problem with it, because when she was examining me, I don't know, you could just tell that she had already made up in her mind that she wasn't going to be thorough. She was just kind of nonchalant about everything. Even when I was having a conversation with her and talking to her, it was just like she was listening, but she wasn't. You can tell that she was kind of thinking, this lady is cuckoo, whatever. I said, well, trust me, this won't be the last time you see my face. So I was telling her about my pregnancy and things like that and how it's been difficult. And, you know, you could tell she didn't really even have any empathy or real emotion. And I didn't expect that. But it was just, she was just doing the ultrasound. She wanted to get me out of there, pretty much. And it was on the order for her to do transvaginal anyway, because she wasn't going to do one. And I said, I need to have a transvaginal done as well. It's on the order. Because she wasn't going to do that. Because I guess when she saw rule out pregnancy, and she did everything on top of my stomach, you know, with the gel and everything, that was all she was going to do. So when I went, I asked her before I left, I said, I'm going to be sticking around to get my images on the CD. Are you going to be putting all of the images on there? And she was like, yeah, all of the images are going to be on there. I said, all of the images are going to be on there from the images from the top of my stomach and the transvaginal. And of course she was like, yes. So I get the CD, I finally get the CD home, and I look at the CD, and there were only images from, I didn't see any images from the transvaginal. So I called them back, told them that I just was there. I got my CD, but all the images aren't uploaded. So they took a look at what they had on their end, and this one lady ended up finally telling me, oh, well, I see over 100 images on your CD. I said, well, I only see 60-something images on my CD here, you know, from the one that I just received. So what I had to end up doing was talking to the main supervisor at that facility to let, you know, the supervisor know what I had been experiencing and that I had not gotten all of my images. So he personally looked at the CD. He said, well, I actually see 154 images. And he said, this CD that I have now, I'm going to take it. I'm going to have one of the ladies personally send it out to you. Now, I don't know how their computer is set up, but still, even when I got that CD, it was not as many images as he said that he saw. He said he saw 150 something images. I still only saw what I saw on my initial CD that I received. And I don't know if I'm just not clicking the right buttons or what the situation is, but I didn't see everything. But nevertheless, I still saw all of my babies on the ultrasound. Now I've had many ultrasounds done, and all of them have been pretty clear. But it's interesting how with this particular one, you could tell that she was just like distorting. I don't know. I won't say she was distorting the images, but if she had taken her time, she could have gotten clear pictures. But it was almost like she was just getting it done. But with CP babies, they hide, but they're all inside of you in different places. So no matter where they are, you can pretty much spot them out. You can see them. They're there. So that situation happened. But there was nothing else I can do about it because I got what I needed. I mean, I wish they were clearer and it was done, you know, a lot better than what it was. But I have enough to go back to my doctor to show her that the babies are there, because the goal was to get the ultrasound done, get in contact with the radiologist, and have all of us sit down and talk about what we see. Now, the day of my appointment, I had to cancel it because I had a family emergency with my father. So I couldn't go, so I have to reschedule this appointment. And it'll be interesting to see what her responses is going to be when I identify what I see on the sonogram and identify what images I want to actually talk to the radiologist about. So we'll see, because she's trying to get rid of me at this point. At this point, she's just like, I don't know what else you want me to do. She never would admit from the beginning the very clear images that I did show her. She wouldn't even say, you know, she wouldn't use the term baby, even though she knew that's what it was. But it's fine. It's absolutely okay. Because it's okay. I'll just leave it there. So right now, where it stands with the doctor, I have to reschedule an appointment, bring the images, that I have, and have a discussion with her about that, and then have her get in touch with the radiologist so we can all come together. So that's where it stands right now. So during all of this time, I have had some major changes happen in my body. It will be 26 months in December. Really, as I said, I'll say 26 months plus, because I really believe that I was pregnant since 2016, late 2016, up till now. But that's neither here nor there. What is more important is that, I told you guys that I'm in a scooter now because my walking is limited because the babies are growing, and they're so heavy and it's a lot of pressure on my back, so it's hard for me to walk. Well, now what's happening is that I had another growth spurt, and the babies have gotten even bigger. So I'm at a point now where I could probably take maybe 3 or 4 steps, 5 at the most, and I have to stop because I can't breathe. So I'm having a lot of problems with breathing, because, like I said, the babies are so heavy. I'm panting, trying to catch my breath, trying to keep my heart rate down, because if I get up to go to the bathroom, it's a task. I mean, literally, you would think I just ran a marathon. And it's kind of scaring me because I don't know why that's happening. I know it's because I'm having multiples, and maybe because I'm running out of space, but I'm almost, honestly, and I saying it is really scary, but I just feel like I'm immobile at this point. I really do. I mean, there was a time where when I came home from work, getting in the house and getting up the steps, yes, I would be out of breath, but I would never have to stop every other step to go up my stairs to come into my house. So I literally, when I get out the car, I have to prepare myself mentally to walk. And I park directly in front of my house. Like, I park right in front of my house. I get out the car, and I'm probably about maybe 12 steps to my door, and I have to stop at least twice before I get to my front door. Because I have a lot of steps in my house. So once I get inside of the house, I obviously have to sit down and gather myself. But then I have to when I need to go upstairs to my room, it's like 4 flights of steps going up. And at one point I could go up the steps without stopping. I mean, when I did stop, I feel like I was dying. But now I have to stop like every other step. And the babies have been moving like really like crazy, and they've gotten bigger, and my stomach looks different now. Something's changing. Something is shifting. I'm praying that my pregnancy will turn normal, or either I will go into labor, either one. But I'm really feeling the pregnancy symptoms really bad. I can't do anything by myself right now. I mean, even driving is limited. Getting in the car, because I have a truck. So getting into my vehicle, I mean, I have to get in. I can't even shut the door before I'm panting and trying to catch my breath, because lifting myself into the truck is a task, And I can't. I mean, y'all, I'm being so serious. I mean, it's a hard thing to deal with, when you have to be dependent on your family to do everything for you, to fix your. I mean, I can get up and fix my, plate if I'm hungry or something, or I can get up and wash dishes. I mean, I try to still keep my house organized and do what I can, but it wipes me out completely. I have to stay pretty much off my feet all day, and I have to rest. I sleep. I try to get as much sleep as I can because I'm still working a full-time job, and I'm not in a position to stop working right now. So I have to try to rest as much as I can to maintain some energy. And even during the week, so I have to take off a couple of days because sometimes I can't even make it a full week into work. My feet are swelling really, really bad. So I don't know if it's called lymphedema, whatever it's called. I don't know if I have that. I'm going to be seeing my primary doctor because I'm going to get some blood work done to make sure that I don't have diabetes or anything like that. And I had a couple appointments scheduled. I had an appointment scheduled a couple of times to see my cardiologist, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to cancel and reschedule with my heart doctor. But that's not a hard appointment to get. I can make that appointment anytime, but that's another appointment I need to make and keep because I need to get an EKG done. I'm concerned about blood clots because my feet and my ankles and my legs swell so bad to the point my skin stretches so bad on my feet that it's turning my feet dark. The skin on my feet is turning dark. So it's just a lot of changes that's been going on in my body, and it's scaring me because when I tell y'all when I stand up to move, I feel like I'm gonna tumble over forward because my babies are in the front, and I think the bigger ones are like right in the front of my stomach, and they are heavy. They are heavy. So when I stand up, I have to bend forward because that's how I can balance the weight and walk at the same time. So it's been a journey, and you know, I don't quit. You know, I don't give up, and I'm not saying that I want to or that I will. I'm just saying right now how I'm feeling is nervous. Like I've never felt nervous before. Like I've always known, and I still believe everything is going to be okay, but something is shifting, and I don't know if the babies are coming or what's happening. But now, even at night, when I'm laying in the bed, it's like I can't even really get comfortable because I'm like doing a 360 all night because the babies are on both sides, in the front and in the back. So I can't, I can't